This is a public service broadcast. Stand by for Grandad's latest hacks of life. When you wake up of a morning with cold feet, reach for Grandma's hairdryer and warm up your slippers before donning them. You wouldn't want your little pinkies getting cold now. Buy yourself some thermal inner soles for your shoes. It'll feel like you're walking on a soft, modern-day carpet. No more suffering of chilblains for your feet. Just warm them up well before setting foot on the streets. If you have only a modest wardrobe, full and with limited space for hanging new garments, try removing the metal tab from the top of a drinking can, then slide it over the hook of an existing clothes hanger. This creates a holding loop perfect for affixing a second hanger, and you've cleverly managed to double the storage space of your hanging rail. What's this? You should never let your standards slip. What on earth would Grandma say if she caught you with creases in your tie? But fear not, there's an easy fix. When she's not looking, just use her hair straightening tongs to smooth out those pesky creases. Now you're looking dapper and ready to start your day. If you have a wooden drawer that sticks and no longer slides well, rub the back of a wax candle softly up and down the runners. This will leave a thin layer, reducing friction and reinstate a smooth gliding motion. If you've noticed you're shrinking in your senior years, maybe your walking stick appears to be getting longer, the simple solution is carefully just cut off the bottom. Who's to know? Reinstate the rubber, and you're good to go. Ladders can be dangerous. No one likes a tumble. So if you've noticed your gutters have filled up with leaves and need clearing out, leave the ladder well alone. And just use your walking stick. The hook on your crook will help give your gutters a nice fresh look. If you've broken the toggle on a zip, make yourself an emergency handle by threading through a zip tie and cutting it to length. And you can use Grandma's old tights to stop a draft coming from underneath the door. Cut off a leg, then push inside 2 long cardboard tubes. You'll need to thread it under your internal door with 1 tube each side, like this. This will seal up any gap underneath the door and exclude the draft. Do you ever use one of these rubber door stops to hold your door open? Well, you can also use them to lock the door shut once it's closed. Just kick the wedge tightly underneath, and it'll prevent people being able to push the door open from the other side. These little tack nails are just the job for hanging up a new picture of the grandchildren, but we all know too well the dangers involved. One wrong move and you clobber your thumb. But fear that little nail no longer. Your 2-bob comb can save your vulnerable digits. Simply push that little tack in between the prongs and keep your fragile fingers far away and safe. And once you've got it started, you can slide out the comb and drive it home, ready to hang up your picture. Pretty cool, huh? But if you no longer have need for a comb and maybe don't even own one anymore, just pinch a clothes peg from the washing line. This little sucker is perfect. Use it to take a grasp of the nail, and no more finger pinchy. However, there is a third method too to help you hang your hook. Just cut a slice up into a piece of cardboard and use that to keep your digits at a distance. And once it's started, just pull the cardboard free. Hammering nails has never been so much fun. If you're trying to remove an old screw but find it's all rusty and worn away, you may find your screwdriver just slips in the head. But fear not, there's still a chance. Take yourself an elasticated rubber band and hold it over the screw head like this. Then try removing it again. The added friction of the rubber may just be enough to grip that stubborn little blighter. And wind it right out. If you're installing a raw plug and a hole needs to be drilled to exactly the right depth, you can mark the drill bit with a zip tie. so you know exactly how deep to drill. If you're painting with a nice colourful black and white paint, you'll probably need to give it a good stir first. Save your sticks and take a piece of wire. This was actually a piece of old coat hanger, and bend it at the bottom like this. Then fix it into your portable handheld electronic drill and use it to whisk away at your paint. Stirring has never been so easy, and if you keep your wire somewhere safe, you'll be able to use it again next time you're painting, in about 15 years. Use an elastic band around the paint pot to help keep the tin nice and clean. Once you've dipped your brush in, wipe off any excess paint using the elasticated band rather than the edge of the tin. Now the paint dribbles back into the can instead of fouling up the rim and running down the outside. If you're taking a break, it also doubles as a handy brush holder. And once you've finished the job, you can paint a reference line on the outside of the can to indicate exactly how much paint is left in the pot, and what colour shade of grey it actually is. If you need to make some additional storage space in the workshop for little knickknacks, take a couple of empty preserve jars and bore 2 holes through the lid of each. Once you're done, we'll be using 4 wood screws, 2 for each lid, going up through from the inside. Fix the cap to the underside of your workbench and position the second one alongside. Do make sure they're firmly attached and use 2 screws per lid. Then fill your jars up with whatever pieces you need to hand and screw them onto their lids. Now they're easy to access and always close to hand. If you enjoy your wood-burning stove of an evening, but find the windows always soot up and they're difficult to clean, scrunchel up some newspaper and wet it. Then wipe up some spent wood ash from underneath the grate, and use this to gently scrub the glass clean. The ash is very slightly abrasive, it won't damage the glass, but it will clean off the soot, very quickly and effectively, leaving you with nice clean windows. So once again you can see the beauty and warmth of your black and white fire. If you've enjoyed this video, you might want to consider subscribing and giving the bell a ding-a-ling so you don't miss future reports. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can become a member and give yourself access to perks. Just click the join button for more details. Have fun, stay safe, and as always, thank you for watching.